गुड इवनिंग स्टूडेंट्स, मेरा नाम है दीपक। आज हम पढ़ेंगे मल्टीप्लिकेशन ऑफ रैशनल नंबर्स में कम्यूटेटिव प्रॉपर्टी के बारे में। तो व्हाट डू वी मीन बाय कम्यूटेटिव प्रॉपर्टी? a into b is equal to b into a. That means if we change the order of our rational numbers in multiplication, we get the same result. So let's check it with some of the questions. So left hand side, so a into b is equal to 3 upon 5 multiply by minus 11 upon 13 is equal to multiply the numerators 3 multiply by minus 11 upon 5 multiply by 13. So result is minus 33 upon 65 because there is no common factor between numerator and denominator. So बढ़ते हैं RHS की तरफ. RHS will be minus 11 upon 13 which is B multiply by 3 upon 5 which is A. So minus 11 into 3 is numerator and 13 into 5 is the denominator. So minus 11 into 3 is minus 33 and denominator will be 65. So LHS is equal to RHS. Therefore we can say that when we multiply the rational numbers, the result is commutative. So we can change the order of rational numbers. So a is equal to 1 upon 2, b is equal to 4 upon 7. Let's take the left hand side, a into b, so half into 4 upon 7, so equal to 1 into 4 upon 2 into 7. So there is a common factor between numerator and denominator. So the common factor between 4 and 2 is 2. So 4 divided by 2 is 2 and 2 divided by 2 is 1. So the result is 2 upon 7. So let's take right hand side. So b into a, b is 4 upon 7 and a is 1 upon 2. So 4 multiplied by 1 is numerator and 7 into 2 is denominator. There is common factor between our numerators and denominator. So 2 is common factor between 4 and 2. So 4 will be reduced to 2 and 2 will be reduced to 1. So 2 multiplied by 1 upon 7 multiplied by 1 is equal to 2 upon 7. So LHS is equal to RHS. Therefore, commutative property is verified in this case. Let's move on to another property, associative property. So with the help of questions, we will proving the associative property of rational numbers. So a into b in bracket multiply by c is equal to a multiply by b into c in the bracket. So हम वैल्यूज को सब्स्टिट्यूट करेंगे. लेट्स टेक लेफ्ट हैंड साइड फर्स्ट. So 1 upon 2 multiply by 5 upon minus 4 is in bracket multiply by c, that is minus 2 upon 5. So bracket will be solved first. 1 multiply by 5 upon 2 multiply by minus 4 in bracket multiply by minus 2 upon 5 is equal to 5 upon minus 8 multiply by minus 2 upon 5. So multiply the numerators. 5 multiply by minus 2 is numerator and minus 8 into 5 is the denominator. The common factor between 5 and 5 is 5. So 5 will be reduced to 1 and denominator will be also reduced to 1. So common factor between minus 2 and minus 8 is minus 2. So minus 2 divided by minus 2 is 1 and minus 8 divided by minus 2 is 4. So the result will be 1 upon 4. Let's take the right hand side. So right hand side is 1 upon 2 multiply by 5 upon minus 4 multiply by minus 2 upon 5 in the bracket. So 1 upon 2 multiply by 5 multiply by minus 2 upon minus 4 multiply by 5. The common factors between 5 and 5 is 5. So reduce it to 1. So the common factor between minus 2 and minus 4 is minus 2. Minus 2 divided by minus 2 is 1. And minus 4 divided by minus 2 is 2. So 1 upon 2 multiply by 1 upon 2 is equal to 1 upon 4. So left hand side is equal to right hand side. So we can say A upon B multiply by C upon D multiply by E upon F is equal to C upon D multiply by A upon B multiply by E upon F. Let's move on to question number 2. So A is equal to 0, B is equal to minus 3 upon 4 and C is equal to minus 9 upon 5. So let's take LHS first. So LHS will be 0 into minus 3 upon 4 in bracket multiply by C, which is minus 9 upon 5, is equal to, when a number is multiplied by a 0, we get a result as 0. So multiply by minus 9 upon 5. So answer will be 0. Right hand side. तो यहाँ पे 0 multiply by bracket minus 3 upon 4 into minus 9 upon 5. So 0 multiply by minus 3 multiply by minus 9 is the numerator and 4 into 5 is the denominator. So 0 multiply by 27 upon 20. तो यहाँ पे जब हम नंबर को 0 से मल्टीप्लाई करते हैं तो रिजल्ट हमारे पास 0 आता है. लेफ्ट हैंड साइड इज इक्वल टू राइट हैंड साइड. सो द एसोसिएटिव प्रॉपर्टी इज ट्रू फॉर मल्टीप्लिकेशन ऑफ रैशनल नंबर्स. बढ़ते हैं अगले क्वेश्चन की तरफ. हमें यहाँ पे डिस्ट्रीब्यूटिव प्रॉपर्टी ओवर एडिशन को प्रूव करना है. तो व्हाट डू वी मीन बाय डिस्ट्रीब्यूटिव प्रॉपर्टी ओवर एडिशन? तो A इंटू बी प्लस सी इन ब्रैकेट इज इक्वल टू A इंटू बी प्लस A इंटू सी. तो हम कुछ क्वेश्चंस के माध्यम से इस प्रॉपर्टी को रिवील करेंगे. सो A इज इक्वल टू, लेट्स टेक लेफ्ट हैंड साइड फर्स्ट सो दैट इट विल बी इजी. minus 8 upon 3 multiply by 5 upon 4 plus minus 11 upon 12. So equal to minus 8 upon 3 multiply by, let's solve the bracket first. So LCM between 4 and 12 is 12. So 5 upon 4 multiply by 3 divide by 3 plus minus 11 upon 12 as it is. तो minus 8 upon 3 multiply by 15 upon 12 plus minus 11 upon 12 minus 8 upon 3 multiply by 12 will be the denominator. 15 minus 11 is equal to minus 8 upon 3 multiply by 4 upon 12. So the common factor between 4 and 12 is 4. So it will be further reduced to 1 upon 3. So minus 8 into 1 will be the numerator and 3 into 3 will be the denominator. So minus 8 upon 9 will be the left hand side. So let's prove the right hand side of this question. Substitute the values. So minus 8 upon 3, let me write it RHS, minus 8 upon 3 multiply by 5 upon 4 plus minus 8 upon 3 multiply by minus 11 upon 12. So the common factor between minus 8 and 4 is 4. So 4 divided by 4 is 1 and minus 8 divided by 4 is minus 2. And in the second part, between minus 8 and 12, the common factor is 4. So minus 8 divided by 4 is minus 2 and 12 divided by 4 is 3. So minus 10 upon 3 plus minus 2 multiplied by minus 11 is 22, because when we multiply two negative numbers we get a positive value, 22 upon 9. So the LCM of 3 and 9 is 9. So multiply the numerator, minus 10 upon 3 multiply by 3 divide by 3 plus 22 upon 9 is equal to minus 30 upon 9 plus 22 upon 9 is equal to 9 will be the denominator, minus 30 plus 22 is equal to minus 8 upon 9. So LHS is equal to RHS. So distributive property over addition is proved. Let's look at one more question. So A is equal to minus 12 upon 5. B is equal to minus 15 upon 4. C is equal to 4 upon 3. So substitute the value in the distributive property over addition. So minus 12 upon 5, let's take it as LHS. Minus 12 upon 5 multiply by, in bracket, B plus C, minus 15 upon 4 plus 4 upon 3 is equal to minus 12 upon 5 multiply by, so the denominators are different, these are unlike fractions. LCM जो है 4 और 3 का वो है 12. So minus 15 upon 4 multiply it with 3 and divide it with 3 plus 4 upon 3 multiply it with 4 and divide it with 4 is equal to minus 12 upon 5 multiply by minus 45 upon 12 plus 16 upon 12 is equal to minus 12 upon 5 multiply by 12 will be the denominator, minus 45 plus 16 is equal to minus 12 upon 5 multiply by minus 29 upon 12. So the common factor between minus 12 and 12 is 12. So 12 divided by 12 is 1 and 12 divided by minus 12 divided by 12 is minus 1. So minus 1 into minus 29 is 29 upon 5 into 1 is 5. So 29 upon 5 is LHS. So move on to RHS. A into B plus A into C. So A is minus 12 upon 5 multiply by B minus 15 upon 4 plus minus 12 upon 5 multiply by 4 upon 3. So in first part, common factor between minus 12 and 4 is 4. So 4 divided by 4 is 1 and minus 12 divided by 4 is minus 3. Common factor between minus 15 and 5 is 5. So minus 15 divided by 5 is minus 3 and 5 divided by 5 is 1. Again in second part, the common factor between minus 12 and 3 is 3. So minus 12 divided by 3 is minus 4 and 3 divided by 3 is 1. So minus 3 into minus 3 upon 1 into 1 plus minus 4 into 4 upon 5 into 1 will be minus 3 into minus 3 is 9 upon 1 plus minus 16 upon 5. So यहाँ पे जो LCM है 5 और 1 का वो है 5. So multiply first fraction with numerator with 5 and denominator with 5 plus minus 16 upon 5 as it is रह जाएगा. तो इक्वल टू 45 अपॉन 5 प्लस माइनस 16 अपॉन 5 इज इक्वल टू 45 माइनस 16 अपॉन 5 is equal to 29 upon 5. So LHS is equal to RHS. So distributive property over addition is resolved in this case. Thank you.